Hey everyone, so today I'm going to talk to you about FIDM student housing and independent housing. I'll talk about the pros and the cons to both and give examples of living apartments for both. Starting off with FIDM student housing. So pros I feel are going to be that you're going to be in the same situation with other girls and you're going to be close to the school, as close as possible basically in these student living houses. An exception to one, which is off La Brea, and I would not recommend it moving to LA just because you're going to have to use public transportation, which can be sketchy at times, especially if you have a later bus, being a bus coming into downtown or out of downtown late at night. I wouldn't recommend your first quarter of being in LA. Moving on from there, the cons of student housing, one huge one's going to have to be cost of living. So it's $1,500 a month per girl, and I know that for sure at the Met. I'm not positive about the pricing of the Renaissance just because I've never really asked anyone who lives there, but I'm pretty much guessing it's going to be about the same cost. Another con is going to be that it's a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 girls. So you're going to have a twin bed and a small room with another girl, and I feel if you're paying $1,500 a month, you should have your own room, your own space. Getting into the apartments themselves. The Renaissance Tower, I think, is extremely expensive. I would never live there. The pricing is outrageous, even if you are getting a studio apartment on your own. It's very close to the school, as close as you can get, but I would not recommend it for the way that the apartment looks. It's not any way, shape, or form a fancy place, but yet you're paying a fancy price to live there. And the Met, also, it's very expensive, but the one pro I would say about the Met is that you do have a 24-hour sewing room. So if you're a merch marketing student, that's not necessarily something I'm looking for, so I would not be willing to pay that extra amount to live there. But if you are in fashion design, you need sewing, I think that's a great area for you, and I would maybe consider paying a little more to live in that building, whether it's student housing or independent housing on your own, just because you are getting that, which is worth your money. Going into independent housing, there are so many options around the downtown LA area that you can get a great apartment for a great price. They have studio apartments that are $1,600 a month, and this is maybe $100 more than student living, but you get your own place. You have your own room, your own area, and it's so much nicer than to have to share, and you're going to meet other students anyways in your class. Your first quarter, it's everyone's first quarter, so they're all looking for new students, and the thing about FIDM is that they're coming from all over, so everyone is new to the area, and they're willing to put themselves out there and meet new friends. I don't think independent housing is going to be a downfall in meeting people. I do independent housing, and I've met plenty of students, and I've made great friends, and it just has not been a handicap for me being in independent housing. The apartments I'm going to share with you for independent housing, as a general statement, I'm just going to list a few with all of their information in the description box. I'll have their address, the link to their website, and their phone number. They're all going to be located in a safe area where you can walk to and from school. I walk alone, so all of these I would walk to and from alone by myself. And they're also going to have the best pricing that I've seen around downtown LA. So these are just going to be a listing of apartments that I would recommend you look into if you are looking into independent housing just for price and location. So the Reserve Lofts are extremely close to the school. They have a great price for their square feet. Again, they are updated, and it's in a great area from the school. Another apartment I would recommend are the Met Lofts. They are different from the Met, which is student housing. The Met Lofts are, again, extremely up to date, great price for what you're getting, and they are close to the school. They're in a great area. They're around a lot of entertainment. What I would recommend with the Met Lofts, though, is they do have a courtyard. So I wouldn't want to get an apartment that necessarily looks into the courtyard because you're going to see everyone else living when your doors are open. And California has great weather. You're going to want them open, and you don't want everyone else seeing you living either. So if they have a street view, I would definitely recommend snatching that up. It's a great apartment. It's a great location, and it's probably one of my favorites in the area. Another apartment are going to be the Union Lofts. I just had a friend move in there, and it's a great place to be. It's in a great location. It's a little farther than the Met Lofts, but again, it's safe to walk, and it's not going to be in a sketchy area at all, and they have a great price for living. Another are the Great Republic Lofts. These are going to be the farthest from the school, but again, still walkable. So it's about a 15-minute walk to school. You'll get exercise, it's great, and it has great pricing on the apartments. The last apartment I'm going to share with you is the Haas Building. From the Met Lofts to the Haas Building, I'd have to say that they are a tie. I love them both. The Haas Building is the least expensive living option that I have found. I have not recently, as far as the last 2 months, checked into their pricing, but when I did, they were the least. They had about $1,400 a month for a studio, $1,600 for a 1-bedroom. They have a great restaurant right next door, which is I believe it's Silo Sliders, and it's very up to date. They have blue lights on the inside. It's an amazing building. I really wanted to move in there, but unfortunately when I was here, they didn't have any available, and I needed a place to live. So if you're really looking into independent student housing, I would totally 100% recommend the Haas Building, and I will again put everything down in the below bar. Also, for independent housing, there is a FIDM Facebook page for independent housing, and you can link up with other girls. The only downfall I say to that is that you're going to probably have to sign a year lease, but you could get rent for maybe $500 a month if you want to get a 2-bedroom and split it, or a 2-bedroom, put 4 girls in there, it's $500 a month. But again, it's a year lease. You may not like your roommates, or something may happen. Someone may have to leave the school, and you're going to end up with a lot to work with and probably a stressful moment at that time. But you do have the advantage of saving a lot of money per month. The thing with FIDM housing is that it's 3 months. So you can try FIDM housing just to meet girls and then move out and find your own place after that 3 months, because you may pay a little more, but you're getting that experience in LA, and then you can go ahead and move into independent housing, which I recommend. 3, 2, 1. I hope this helped, giving recommendations for independent housing and also kind of explaining and talking a little bit about student housing. If you have any more questions, please just put them down below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Like this video if you liked it, thumbs up, and please subscribe if you want to see more videos about FIDM. Also, if you have any requests, just let me know, and I will try to get them as soon as I can and answer all questions again. So thank you for watching so much. Bye!